Michael stopped his concert for someone in the crowd. Nobody knew why. Until Michael Jackson was in the middle of Man in the Mirror. 50,000 people singing along, and then he stopped. Just stopped. Mid-verse. The band kept playing for 3 seconds before they realized the king of pop had frozen. He was staring into the crowd. Section 214, row 18. But wait, this was the Dangerous World Tour. Munich, Germany. July 4th, 1992. The biggest tour in music history. 87 shows. 3 million tickets sold. You don't just stop a show like this. But that wasn't even the shocking part. The real story had started 6 months earlier, and nobody in that stadium knew the truth. Let me tell you. January 1992. Hamburg, Germany. A hospice care facility on the outskirts of the city. Emma Brenner was 34 years old. Stage 4 cancer. The doctors had given her 3 months, maybe 4. "Mom, you have to fight," her daughter Emma said. Emma was 12, old enough to understand, young enough to believe miracles still happened. "I'm trying, sweetheart," Lisa whispered. Her voice was barely there anymore. But here's the thing. Lisa had no insurance, no savings. Her husband had died 2 years earlier in a factory accident. No life insurance, no nothing. The hospice was free. But that meant one thing, no experimental treatments, no hope, just waiting. Emma went to school every day, came home, did her homework in the hospice cafeteria, then sat by her mother's bed until visiting hours ended at 8 p.m. "What did you learn today?" Lisa would ask. "We're studying American music," Emma said one day in February. "Michael Jackson, Thriller. We watched the video in class." Lisa smiled. "I used to dance to that, before you were born, before everything." Emma's eyes lit up. "Really, really? Your father and I saw him in concert once, 1988. Bad tour, best night of my life." Emma pulled out her notebook, started drawing. A stick figure dancing, moonwalking. She wasn't good at art, but she tried. "That's him?" Lisa asked. "That's supposed to be him," Emma laughed. "I'm not very good." "It's perfect," Lisa said. Her hand was shaking, but she held the drawing, looked at it. "Keep it. When I'm gone. Remember that your mum once danced." Emma started crying. "You're not going anywhere," but they both knew. March 1992. Lisa's condition worsened. The doctors called Emma's aunt. "You should prepare her. Maybe a week, maybe less." Emma's aunt, Ingrid, was a nurse. She knew what maybe a week meant. That night, Ingrid found Emma in the hallway, crying. Again. "Emma, honey, I know this is hard, but your mother, she's in a lot of pain. Maybe it's time to—" "No," Emma's voice was firm. "There has to be something. Some treatment. Something. We can't afford. Then I'll get the money." Ingrid's heart broke. "Sweetheart, it's not about money anymore. It's—" But Emma was already walking away. The next day, Emma didn't go to school. She took the train to Munich. 4 hours. Alone. A 12-year-old girl. She had an address. Michael Jackson's tour management office. She'd found it in a magazine article. The building was huge. Glass. Expensive. Emma stood outside for 20 minutes, too scared to go in. Finally, she walked through the doors. "Can I help you?" the receptionist asked. "I need to see Michael Jackson," Emma said. The receptionist smiled, kindly. "I'm sorry, dear. Mr. Jackson doesn't see visitors. He's preparing for— my mum is dying." Emma's voice cracked. "She loves him. She doesn't have long. I just want him to know that his music mattered, to her, to us." The receptionist's smile faded. "I'm very sorry, but I can't." Emma pulled out the drawing. The stick figure moonwalking. "Can you just give him this, please?" The receptionist looked at the drawing, then at Emma. "This small girl with tears running down her face. I'll make sure someone gets it," she said quietly. Emma left the building. Took the train home. Told no one. April 1992. Emma Brenner passed away. April 18th, 3:47 a.m. Emma was at her bedside, holding her hand. The funeral was small, 20 people. Emma didn't cry. She was out of tears. After the service, Ingrid pulled Emma aside. "You're going to live with me now. In Hamburg. I'm sorry it's not much, but it's home." "Okay," Emma said. Flat. Empty. May 1992. Emma moved into Ingrid's apartment. 1 bedroom. Emma slept on the couch. She stopped drawing, stopped talking, just went to school, came home, stared at walls. Ingrid tried everything. Want to go to the park? No response. Want to talk about your mum? Nothing. I don't know what to do, Ingrid told her friend at work. She's disappearing. June 1992. Something strange happened. A letter arrived. No return address. Just Emma's name. Hand-delivered. Ingrid opened it. Inside, 2 concert tickets. Michael Jackson. Dangerous World Tour. Munich, July 4th. Section 214. Row 18. And a note. Handwritten. For the girl who draws. Sometimes angels need to know they're seen too. Maserained, Ingrid stared at the letter. Read it again. Emma. EMA. Emma came into the room. Look at this, Ingrid said. Emma took the tickets. Her hands started shaking. Who sent these? I don't know. Emma looked at the note again. A friend. She turned it over. Nothing else. Do you want to go? Ingrid asked carefully. Emma nodded. First time in weeks. A nod. A sign of life. July 4th, 1992. Olympic Stadium. Munich, Germany. 53,000 people. The biggest crowd Emma had ever seen. She was wearing her mother's jacket. Too big. But it smelled like her. Like home. You okay? Ingrid asked. I think so, Emma said. The concert started. Explosions. Lights. Dancers. Michael Jackson appeared. The crowd screamed. Emma watched. Quiet. Still. Michael performed Jam. Then, Wanna Be Starting Something. Then, Human Nature. Emma felt something in her chest. A memory. Her mother dancing in the kitchen, singing off-key, smiling. Then Man in the Mirror started. Michael was singing. The whole stadium was singing along. I'm starting with the Man in the Mirror. Emma closed her eyes. Her mother's voice in her head. When I'm gone, remember that your mum once danced. And Emma broke. She started crying. Not quiet tears, sobbing, her whole body shaking. Ingrid put her arm around her. It's okay, sweetheart. It's okay. But then something impossible happened. Michael Jackson stopped singing. The band kept playing for 3 seconds. Then they stopped too. 53,000 people went silent. Michael was staring into the crowd, directly at section 214. Hold on, Michael said into the microphone. Just, everyone hold on. The stadium was confused. Whispers, murmurs. Michael pointed. You, the young lady in section 214, row 18, in the blue jacket. Emma looked up, her face wet with tears. Michael Jackson was pointing at her. Security guards were already moving. Sir, what are you? Bring her to me, Michael said. His voice was firm. Please. The crowd erupted. Confusion. Excitement. What was happening? Ingrid looked at Emma. I think he means you. Emma couldn't move, couldn't breathe. A security guard appeared. Miss, will you come with me? Emma stood. Her legs were shaking. 53,000 people watching. She walked down the aisle. The walk to the stage felt like forever. She climbed the steps. The lights were blinding. Michael Jackson was there. Real. Not a poster. Not a video. Real. He knelt down, face to face with Emma. The microphone was still on. Everyone could hear. What's your name? Michael asked softly. Emma. Emma. Why are you crying? Emma couldn't speak. She just shook her head. Michael reached into his pocket, pulled out a folded piece of paper. He unfolded it. It was Emma's drawing. The stick figure moonwalking. Emma's eyes went wide. That's mine. Michael smiled. I know. Someone gave this to me, months ago, at my office. A girl. She said her mum was dying. She said my music mattered. Emma started crying harder. Was that you? Michael asked. Emma nodded. Michael pulled her close. I kept this. I kept it because it reminded me of something. That what we do, it matters. Not because of awards, not because of fame, because of people like your mum, like you. The stadium was completely silent. 53,000 people, silent. Michael stood up, still holding Emma's hand. This young lady, Michael said to the crowd, she lost her mother. And before her mother passed, they shared my music. And that's why we do this. That's why any of this matters. He turned to Emma. Your mum, what was her favorite song? Man in the Mirror, Emma whispered. Michael smiled, turned to the band. From the top, the music started again. But this time, Michael sang it to Emma. Just to her. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Emma stood there, on stage, in her mother's jacket, and for the first time since April, she smiled. The song ended. The crowd erupted. Standing ovation. Michael hugged Emma. You're going to be okay, he whispered. Your mum is so proud of you. Emma was escorted back to her seat. The concert continued, but Emma didn't remember the rest. She just sat there, in shock, in disbelief. After the show, a security guard found Ingrid and Emma. Mr. Jackson asked me to give you this. Another envelope. Ingrid opened it in the car. A letter and a check. The letter said, for Emma Brenner, education fund, housing, therapy, whatever she needs, until she's 18, minors. The check was for 180,000 euros. Ingrid almost fainted. This can't be real. But it was. Verified the next day. Completely legal. Completely real. Emma moved into a better apartment, private school, counseling, music lessons. She started drawing again. This time, better. Real art. Someone believed in me, she told Ingrid. I have to pass it on. Years passed. Emma graduated high school, then art school, became a children's book illustrator. Every book she made, the dedication was the same, for Mum, and for the man who saw me. 2009, June 25th. Emma was 29 years old. Working in her studio in Berlin, her phone started buzzing. News alerts. Hundreds. Michael Jackson dead at 50. Emma dropped her pencil, stared at the screen. She sat down, pulled out a box from her closet. Inside, the original drawing. The stick figure moonwalking. Michael had given it back to her that night. She held it and cried. That night, she posted a photo online. The drawing. And a caption. In 1992, I was a 12-year-old girl who'd just lost her mother. I gave Michael Jackson a terrible drawing. He kept it. Months later, he stopped his concert for me. In front of 53,000 people. He held my hand and told me I'd be okay. He gave me a future. Today, I lost my hero. But his lesson lives on. See people. Really see them. The post went viral. 500,000 shares in 12 hours. 2 million by morning. And then people started responding. Michael Jackson paid for my sister's medical treatment. Anonymous donor. We found out years later. He funded my college. I never knew until his lawyer told me after he died. He visited my son in the hospital. Terminal cancer. Spent 3 hours. No cameras, no press, just kindness. Journalists investigated. The findings. Michael Jackson had personally funded 214 families over 17 years. Education, medical care, housing, all anonymous, all through lawyers. He had one rule, his estate lawyer said in an interview. Never make it public. Never use it for PR. Just help. CNN did a special report. The Secret Michael, a legacy of silent giving. Emma was invited to speak. That night in Munich, Emma said on camera, Michael didn't just change my life with money. He changed it with attention, with dignity. He saw a crying girl in a crowd of 53,000 and stopped everything. That's what I want people to remember. He saw people. But before any of that, Emma did something. 2010. 1 year after Michael's death, Emma was walking through Hamburg when she saw a girl, maybe 10 years old, sitting outside a grocery store. Alone, crying. Emma stopped. Everyone else walked past. But Emma stopped. Hey, Emma said softly. Are you okay? The girl looked up. My dad, he's in the hospital. They say he might not. I don't know what to do. Emma sat down next to her. Right there on the sidewalk. What's your name? Sarah. Sarah, I'm Emma, and I want to tell you something. When I was your age, I lost my mum, and I thought the world ended, but it didn't. Someone saw me. Someone stopped everything to help me, and now I'm going to help you. Emma took Sarah to the hospital, met her father, paid for the treatment Michael's lesson had taught her. See people, really see them. Sarah's father survived, and Emma gained a little sister. How do I thank you? Sarah asked months later. You pass it on, Emma said. When you see someone who needs help, you stop, just like someone stopped for me. 6 months later, the Michael Jackson estate launched the See Me initiative for children who've lost parents. Emma Brenner was appointed creative director. Sarah was her first volunteer. On opening day, Emma displayed her original drawing in a glass case. Beneath it, a plaque. From a 12-year-old girl to the king of pop, he kept it. He kept me. Pass it on. Today, the See Me initiative has helped over 3,400 children, education funds, grief counseling, mentorship programs, and in every office, there's a photo. Michael Jackson kneeling on stage, holding a young girl's hand, both of them crying. The caption reads, "He stopped the world to see one child pass it on." If this story moved you, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Share this with someone who needs to remember that one moment of attention can save a life. Have you ever stopped everything for someone else? Tell us in the comments and turn on notifications because more incredible true stories are coming your way.